Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm George Grace Jr. Welcome to Wednesday evening with the Peoria Municipal Band. It is officially summer, and so several of our tunes have themes or titles that involve summer. A lot of good music, I think, that you will enjoy. Our vocalist for tonight is Miss Katie McLuckie, so please welcome Katie McLuckie and Dr. David Vroman.
Good evening. Please rise if you are able and join me in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Well, good evening. It's great you could join us this evening. And where would the hot weather go? It turned out to be a beautiful night. A little breeze, low humidity, so perfect night for this evening. And of course, since yesterday was the longest day of the year, we're now making our way toward cold weather and winter. The days are getting shorter. How many people are excited about winter? Like 3. Okay, great. Don't forget, you out there by the tracks, if you hear this sound later on tonight, if you hear anything that sounds like that, you should probably just leave, okay? Thank you very much. That was very impressive. It was my birthday yesterday. They missed it, okay? I sat outside on the front porch yesterday waiting for the band to show up, and they never came by. So they're just making up for that this evening. I don't know what to say at this point. So if the train does come, by the way, you can leave your chair there. Just stand back by the cars, okay? Summer Resounding is the name of the piece that we're going to start with tonight, and it's by a gentleman named Brian Balmages. He was just with us up at Bradley University just before COVID hit, where he conducted the honor band. Great guy, very nice guy, and he's written many tunes for all age levels. And what was neat about this particular work is he wrote this with a particular middle school in mind. Brookside Middle School, those students that go to that school, they have the option during the summer. They can sign up and take a month of theory, a month of private lessons, a month of ensemble, small ensemble chamber stuff. Their summer program is outstanding. So they're like many programs around the country. They have a regular program during the school year, but during the summer, they have all these other activities for their students. And Brian was really impressed by that. And with that in mind, he wrote this piece called Summer Resounding. Next selection we have for you is written by Glenn Osser. Glenn Osser wrote stuff for band, but he also wrote for TV as well. And this actually is a theme from a TV show years ago that shares the title of the music we're about to play, Music for a Summer Night. And it's a waltz theme. That's what it is in the first place. So it's a nice slow waltz. It's very beautiful. It was on ABC television, I think, for 2 seasons before it kind of disappeared, and they showed it in the summer. And then it started as a replacement show later on. They used it in the spring, and they renamed it, Music for a Spring Evening or something like that. So they changed it around. And it was on the air for a while, but even if you go to YouTube and you search around, it's hard to find any of the shows still out there where you can access. But this particular waltz is still being played even today, even though it was way back in 1960 when it was first done. This is Glenn Osser's Music for a Summer Night. Well, you've briefly met our vocal soloist for this week, Katie McLuckie, and she brought her biggest fan club with her. Where's Ellie? Where are you, Ellie? Wave, Ellie. There she is, way back under the Kelleher sign. There's Ellie. That's her biggest fan club. Someday Ellie will be up here singing, right? Someday. Okay. Katie is a Peoria native, and she's been performing in this area for about 30 years, so you may have seen her in some other productions. Made it back on stage this fall, which was great, in Guys and Dolls. And in the past, you might have seen her in Funny Girl or Pirates of Penzance or The Musical of Musicals, The Musical. But really, her greatest joy is Ellie and Chris, family, that sort of thing. She studied vocal performance at Eureka College, and then for several summers now, she's shared her talents with us, the Peoria Municipal Band, and for you, everybody who attends our concerts. So please welcome Katie McLuckie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy summer. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me back. This is truly the highlight of every summer, getting to be out here, spending it with you, spending my week with the Municipal Band. I look forward to this moment every summer. I look forward to sharing my gift with you. I love getting up here and having the beautiful band behind me. I look nothing forward than sharing this moment. I truly do. Getting to pick my songs this summer, I struggled just a tiny bit. So I really had to think hard in what I wanted to perform. So on a little personal note, I lost my grandma in April. And so I wanted to give her a performance because this would be the first time she would get to hear me sing. So I know she's here tonight with me in spirit. So I wanted to share some songs that I knew she would enjoy. So she introduced me to some old musicals, Sound of Music, My Fair Lady, and my mom continued that tradition and showed us Annie and Grease and all the fun musicals, and which we still love today. So tonight I wanted to share some fun musicals that my grandma shared with me. So I'm going to start tonight off with On the Street Where You Live from from My Fair Lady. Ooh. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, that towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can't be here on the street where you live. Thank you so much. For my second number tonight, I picked a Gershwin tune that I've always been fond of. I'm going to sing Someone to Watch Over Me. There's a
that he turns out to be someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead? Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead? Oh, how I need someone to watch over
Thank you, Katie. So now we're going to put our assistant conductor, Laurel Filzen Etzel, to work. Give her a welcome. Here she comes so she can get set up. The piece that Laurel's going to conduct for us this evening is called Cajun Folk Songs, and it's in 2 different movements. And I checked with Pat before to make sure he had Cajun food here, and he told me he did, so you'll have to check into that. Cajuns are descendants of Acadians, and those were early French colonists long, long ago, way back in about the 1600s. And when they were driven out from up north, they ended way down in Louisiana, that sort of thing. And this particular story kind of tells a story about a young girl who decides that she's going to feign death to basically avoid the captain who wants to seduce her. That's the first movement. And the second movement is really all about her, Belle. And it tells a story about a man who was looking for a Texas sweetheart and everything else. Very energetic, very fun. This is a piece that was written by Frank Ticheli, and it's become kind of a cornerstone piece for concert bands all around the world. So this is Cajun Folk Songs, 2 movements by Frank Ticheli. There's a director named Robert Mulligan, and he received worldwide acclaim for a 1962 drama that was entitled To Kill a Mockingbird. How many people remember that, To Kill a Mockingbird? And then in 1971, a coming-of-age story, The Summer of 42. And it's always fun to pull these melodies out, which are recognizable to many of us, and then ask the new young people in the band if they've ever heard it before. So partly it's educational for them a little bit as well. But Michel Legrand, at that point, had won 3 Academy Awards, French composer, conductor, pianist, did over 200 film and television scores, and recorded hundreds of jazz and popular music albums. So this is the theme from The Summer of 42. So I'm going to ask you what I asked the band. How many people have never heard that before? Be honest. It's okay. It's pretty nice, though, isn't it? Nice melody. Well, each week we feature not just a vocal soloist, but sometimes we feature instrumental soloists as well. And this week I couldn't decide who to feature, what section to feature, so we're just going to feature everybody. It's a very short piece. It's written by Donald I. Moore. That's who it is. And for a long time, Donald Moore was the director of bands at Baylor University. And he wrote a number of marches, and this is one of his most popular ones played all through the year. This is entitled the Rise and Shine Concert March. Not really into poetry. Who's into poetry in the band? Bill, you're into poetry, aren't you? Come here. Hurry up, Bill. Come here. Come here, Bill. Bill's, I'm sure, is into poetry. I want him to read just a little poem. Bill Bohr, give him a welcome, would you?
Oh, great. Good.
Just read that part right there. Go ahead, Bill. All of it? Those three right there.
Okay. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. 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 Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding, no more falsehoods or derisions, golden living, dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius.
He is so talented. Rock musical Hair, it actually came out in 1967. It was first put on Broadway in 1968, and we still refer to it today as the first rock musical. I bet you can't guess the name of what we're about to play. I want to remind you while I'm thinking about it that we have 3 concerts this week. Friday night we'll be at St. Philomena's Church and School. That'll be at 7 p.m. as well. So if you're free on Friday, bring a lawn chair to that one, and you are welcome to join us there. And then, of course, Sunday we'll be right back at Glen Oak Park. And as always, we appreciate you sharing with your friends, neighbors, enemies, whoever you know, and letting them know that our season is well underway, and they're invited to come to these programs as well. We'll charge them exactly the same that we charged you this evening. So spread the word for us and help as the summer progresses, okay? It's time to welcome back to the microphone our vocalist. Please give Katie McLuckie a nice warm welcome.
Thank you so much. My third selection for this evening comes from one of my favorite movie musicals. It reminds me of my grandma a lot as I used to watch it with her. It comes from The Sound of Music. What I remember from this movie, from my takeaway of watching it as a small child, I wanted to grow up to be Maria von Trapp, and I didn't want to grow up to be Maria von Trapp. I wanted to grow up to be Julie Andrews as Maria von Trapp. And I wanted to marry Christopher Plummer. That didn't happen. I did find a Christopher, though, and he is an engineer. He's not a naval captain, so I'm happy with that. I hope he is too. But I've loved everything about that since I was a child. I've loved The Sound of Music. I've loved that movie. I've loved sharing that movie with my daughter now, who's just getting into it. It's still a little long for her. We're working our way into it. So tonight I'm going to share The Sound of Music's favorite things with you.
Raindrops on roses roses and whiskers on kittens, brown paper poses and brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin snashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
I am going to end my selections for the evening with one of my personal favorite songs, which comes from one of my personal favorite movies. Growing up, The Wizard of Oz has always held a special place in my heart. And so I dedicate this to my special place in my heart, my Ellie. To my rainbow, my beautiful, beautiful girl, Ellie. May you always find hope. May you always find joy. May you always find your place over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly. Upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly. birds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't
It's time for the drawing. Get ready.
Katie sang a song from Sound of Music. Now we're going to have a Sound of Winning. It's to Raybers tonight. Remember, there's popcorn over there. I see more and more people grabbing it. I haven't had the pleasure of it yet. I'm going to have to try some. Brooks McDaniel. Where's Brooks McDaniel? Brooks McDaniel, you got to stay here. You got to be here. Do we have Brooks McDaniel? Yeah, we have a winner. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Katie. Now back to the band. More music.
You should give all our Peoria Municipal Band commissioners a round of applause. They're the ones that go out and solicit these giveaways that we're able to do at each of our concerts, so I'm grateful for their support. Frank Sinatra, how many people remember Frank Sinatra? This is good. Okay. These are 4 what Bob Loudon called swingin' songs of yesterday. So you're going to hear a little bit of Nice and Easy. You Make Me Feel So Young. That's how I felt yesterday. Time After Time. And finally, from 1957, The Joker is Wild, All the Way. This is the swingin' songs of yesterday. This next piece is entitled, "The World is Waiting for the Sunrise." This was actually a ballad many, many years ago. It was composed back in 1919. And then kind of the father of the University of Illinois concert band movement, marching Illini, back in 1934, Albert Austin Harding, he went to Harry Alford and he said, "Could you do an arrangement of this ballad? Could you make it into a euphonium feature that we could use for halftime of one of the football games?" And you have to remember what games were like back in the day, okay? But it was November 3rd, 1934. How many people were there? Okay, just one. Very heavy rain. Spectators were leaving the stands. They were playing Army. And actually, at halftime, the Illinois band formed a cannon and out marched the letters A-R-M-Y. They did that. Then they formed a concert band formation, and then they played this song, "The World is Waiting for the Sunrise." And when they began the song, the rain quit, and then the sun came through the clouds, and it was just long enough for them to perform this new work that Harry Alford had done for them. So, neat story that goes with this particular arrangement, paraphrased and scored by Harry Alford, "The World is Waiting for the Sunrise." Well, we appreciate your attendance tonight, and seriously, hopefully you'll share with others that we've started. It always amazes me. I run into people, and they say, "What are you doing? You're conducting a band? Peoria has a band?" Yes, we do. And so Friday night, St. Philomena Church and School, we will be there at 7 o'clock, and Sunday night, Glen Oak Park, and then next Wednesday, right back here again. So we appreciate your support throughout all that. Several people we want to thank. We want to thank Mr. Todd Pilon for making us sound good. He's our sound guy. Give him a round of applause. And we want to thank Pat Sullivan and all his workers down here at Kelleher's that do the extra work to make this possible, setting up chairs and plugging in electrical items. And then a lot of people behind the scenes that help out in addition to the band commission who I mentioned earlier. But our assistant conductor, Laurel Filzen-Etzel, band manager, George Graves Jr., our librarian, Kristen Sheets, Liz Driscoll does publicity, Frank helps in the back, and Bill Boer is our poet. Bill Boer is our poet. Give them all a round of applause. And of course, we want to thank Katie for singing with the band. Give Katie McLuckie a nice round of applause and come support her on Friday and Sunday. So once again, thanks for being a great audience tonight and enjoying this beautiful weather together, outdoors with all of us. We give you a few moments to reflect on what a great country it is in which we live. This is America the Beautiful.